Saudi Arabia is reported to have improved its ballistic missile capability by buying technology from China. A US media report cites 3 unnamed sources for the previously unreported classified intelligence. It describes a suspected missile factory west of the capital, Riyadh. President Donald Trump is accused of not disclosing the intelligence to Congress, which is infuriating Democrats. As Trump refuses to rule out military action with Iran, the Saudi missile report heightens concerns of a Middle East arms race. Let's get more on this now from Al Jazeera's China correspondent Adrian Brown, who's live with us from Beijing. Adrian, how big a customer is Saudi Arabia for Chinese arms?
Oh, a very big one indeed. And what we got on Thursday, Adrian, was China basically stating its position when it comes to arms deals with Saudi Arabia. Interesting, because earlier this year, the Chinese government denied helping Saudi Arabia develop its ballistic missile program. But on Thursday, it essentially outlined in great detail how that relationship on the military front is actually strengthening and growing. Now, China has been selling arms to Saudi Arabia since the late 80s. That was in 1987 when it sold them the Dongfeng 3 medium-range missile. In recent years, they've provided the Saudi Arabians with the Dongfeng 21 long-range missile. And in fact, that missile was part of an arms package worth more than $100 billion. And, you know, China is also selling Saudi Arabia its drone technology, because China is now a leader in that technology. So the foreign ministry spokesman was asked by me, this is GENG, how China was helping Saudi Arabia develop its ballistic missile program. And it was interesting. There was like a sort of 15-second gap between my question and his answer as he looked on the desk in front of him to find his prepared answer. So he was expecting this question, and this is what he had to say.
The Chinese government has always opposed the use of weapons of mass destruction as well as their proliferation. China has been very strict with its export of missile technology. China and Saudi Arabia are strategic cooperation partners. We've maintained good cooperation in many fields, including the arms trade, and this cooperation does not violate any international law and does not involve any proliferation issues of weapons of mass destruction.
So what Gung was saying there is essentially that the weapons that China sells Saudi Arabia are not defined by China as being weapons of mass destruction. Now, China right now, Adrian, is basically the world's 5th largest arms exporter. And of course, when it comes to the Middle East, China has pulled off something of a conjuring trick, because it has very good relations with Saudi Arabia, very good relations with Iran, and very good relations with Israel, which is really a feat, I think, that no other country has managed to so far pull off.
Adrian, many thanks. Our China correspondent Adrian Brown in Beijing.